This special Hip Hop 50 episode of New Rory and Mal is brought to you by eBay. Rory,
Yes,
us hip hop fans, we know authentic when we see it, when we hear it. You can't fake us out.
absolutely. And that's why we are partnering with eBay. They know how important it is to be real. Your sneakers, your watches, your jewelry, your handbags are always real with eBay's authenticity guarantee.
Nothing gets by those guys.
At all. eBay, the details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal.
eBay authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Happy birthday, hip hop.
So many things on my mind, Rory. So many things.
Your mind is
I
racing?
couldn't wait to turn the mics on.
I agree.
It's one of those days where, you just have a lot of shit to say.
A lot did happen in the past few days.
Yeah.
And since we had Reason on, we did miss a few big topics as well from the past week. So I'm excited to be back. Let's get straight fucking to it.
Okay.
Bobby Gate.
Oh, man.
You guys called me a hater. Looks like the fall from grace is happening now.
Is that what we called you?
We called you a hater?
No, we called him a hater for sure.
Yeah, you guys
Hater?
definitely said I was hating. Because I actually agreed with Maul and gave him his flowers when I was like, all right, this isn't going to last very long.
Yeah,
The Drake shit was incredible. Then I saw the Yachty one. I was like, I see what Maul's saying. The dry humor shit is about to end. But she did a podcast with Dave Portnoy, who just recently bought Barstool, and has been in the press nonstop. So this was already going to be a big interview.
Dave know how to stay in the headlines, don't he?
Oh, he definitely.
Shout out to Dave.
And then he just goes and tastes pizza in the Hamptons.
And
Sounds like a good life.
And then berates his employees.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
Shout out to Dave. But Bobby was definitely her real self. She wasn't in character for this one, which she got a lot of flack for. I'm not on that side, though.
What?
Why she was supposed to, if she's being interviewed, it's not her platform. She's supposed to be the same character? Because obviously it's a character.
Mm-hmm.
What's
But
wrong?
is it, though? See, the reason why I don't think it's a character now at this point is because Dave, he released the DMs. Well, Bobby did. She released the DMs after Dave, kind of alluded to the DMs that he had with her. She posted a screenshot of the DM, and her caption says, "I did not want to do this podcast in the first place." That's very telling, because if she's saying she didn't want to do the podcast in the first place, that means she's not acting. She really does not want to be there doing a podcast interviewing nobody.
Well, I think she was referring to doing Dave's podcast. I don't think she was talking about
They
podcasting.
didn't do a podcast, though.
Yeah.
No. Like, that was from an interview.
It was
What was from an
technically a
interview?
podcast.
Like, so Dave and her did an interview.
Yeah.
Where she was acting like her
Yeah.
regular self, like wasn't talking the same.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the dry humor shit. Was out of character, just talking about her journey since the Drake shit.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't mean her own podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was saying she didn't want to fuck with Dave.
Yeah.
No.
She
Dave released a part of the DMs where he responded and said, "My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced.
This is a wild
I am
DM
saying
to
that
send
is
someone.
not true."
I don't know if...
He released when she says, "I am not commenting on this publicly," but left.
Wait. I didn't know he released the DM. I thought that they posted a clip from interview, episode that he was doing where he said what he asked her to do.
I've been following this closely. I'll give you the breakdown of the timeline.
All right, cool.
Bobby goes to the Drake show.
Yes.
Does a TikTok where she looks unamused the same way she stole your style, looking unamused at a Drake show.
I think that is definitely his style. Go on.
Then from there, Bobby and Drake unfollow each other.
Ooh.
Then,
drama.
which was, I think, funny because he did that with Ice Spice. That's like a thing.
Yeah, whatever.
But once the video of their interview was deleted off YouTube, I was like, all right, there has to be actual real beef. Deleting a Drake interview off your YouTube is fucking insane.
yeah. Phenomenal.
Like something really must be wrong.
That's like
is it a troll?
That's like deleting a Drake verse off your album.
That's insane.
True.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trippie Redd. She does an interview with Dave, but then Dave does another podcast where he alludes to him speaking with Bobby that she fucked Drake. He didn't lie, but he did kind of manipulate what their DM conversation was. So once that clip went
Well,
out,
he just blurred his lips. He didn't. He just. It's kind of like you got to listen to the episode to hear what I'm saying.
So then Bobby posts the DMs like, "No, dude, I told you that I didn't sleep with Drake. You left that part out. You made it sound like I didn't answer the question when I clearly did answer the question," which I respect Bobby for doing. Like, even if Dave didn't say it, he alluded to it when that was already a rumor. Like, don't do that. Your platform is fucking huge.
Did he allude to it though?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He definitely.
Yes.
100%.
I thought he was saying that he asked her, and after that, like it kind of blurred.
Yeah, which is crazy when she straight up said, that's the rumor right now. I'm not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right. That's like I didn't fuck Drake and I'm not getting divorced. So I can see why she would be upset about that. But it didn't really help. Everyone still thinks she fucked Drake.
Which is fucked up.
It is kind of crazy.
It is fucked
That's fucked up when you think about it. Like, because, I mean, obviously, she's a grown woman and she's married. Mm-hmm. But to put this out here that she may have slept with Drake, you have to see how that would affect her real life, her real marriage.
I mean, in the theory that everything is within a rollout, do you think they would delete a Drake interview for a troll and to give this girl another moment? If Drake's great, I'll just unfollow you and then we can start that rumor. I think Drake, who's on tour right now, needs some extra entertainment. I'm sure Drake finds this hilarious in his hotel room after shows.
Yeah.
Artists do a lot of weird shit when they're on tour because they're bored.
I want to know.
And I think this could be a troll in some degree. Because for no matter what, that video you can find on the internet. Even though they deleted it off her account, which is crazy, it'll still exist forever.
But my thing is,
this made a whole new moment.
Right. We have to get to the why is the episode deleted? Because I think that's gonna tell everything. Now, we speculated, we said maybe there was an agreement before they, shot that interview was only gonna live for a month or two, whatever it was.
Which would be weird.
Which would be weird, but maybe that's what it was. Like, it can live on your YouTube channel for a month. Drake is one of the biggest artists in the world. I could see a point where he would make that type of request.
Yeah.
Like, you can leave it on your YouTube for a month and then that's it, take it down.
Well, what's the difference? People download shit all the time.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to think. I don't think that
new legend that
I don't think that this comes down because, her and Drake had an argument and he came on to her, he made a pass at her. There's a bunch of shit that people are saying. And I'm just like, no, I don't think that's why the interview came.
It's funny to say, though, unfortunately.
I mean, it's funny to say, but it's fucked up when it's woman is married and now it seems to be affecting her real life.
Even if she wasn't married, it would be still fucked up. Even if she was single.
Putting a body on someone.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up.
Especially because it's already painted that any woman in the entertainment industry or anywhere in that space, the moment they come into contact with celebrities, they fuck them. It's mad misogynistic.
Well, they've been
close to Drake, but even with Drake too, like, don't put a body on him. It doesn't affect him the same way it's going to affect Bobbi.
Right,
with
absolutely.
Rumor, but still don't put that on that man.
But it is interesting because, again,
even though I did last episode,
it was
you literally started the entire rumor.
I did not.
Oh my God,
that was already the biggest. I did not start that.
Rory.
It was clearly a rumor.
No, I think you had.
I took it to another level and said maybe
you had a hand in
his meet out in the green room.
Yeah,
wow.
Usually your platform irresponsible.
That's fuck. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no.
I apologize for saying that. But in the middle of all that, she was also getting backlash for not having the same character when she was talking with Dave. Plus, she explained that the Yachty experience was really awkward and weird, and he wasn't very hospitable.
She did his podcast.
Yeah, went to his house, said that, like, barely acknowledged that her existence when they walked in. So she was getting a lot of flack with that. And her saying, I'm getting all this negativity now. If you want to go interview rappers and step into the hip hop space, that means people in the hip hop space are going to critique you. And you can't be upset about that.
Right.
If you're coming from outside, especially if you're coming from outside the genre or the culture, you can't be mad that people are critiquing you in the culture. You came here.
Right.
So take it. And once you start speaking about somebody from the culture in a negative way that everyone has said nothing but positive fucking things about, rarely have you ever heard someone not say amazing things about Yachty.
Right.
As far as, like, his personality, who he is as a human being. To then go and shit on him after he did you a solid and a favor is kind of crazy. And then to be like, damn, I'm getting all this negativity. What did you think you would get? You're speaking about somebody of the culture that we love in a negative way without him even being able to defend himself. Like, since what is he supposed to, like, roll out the red carpet for you when you come to the crib? Like,
and then when she was like, she said she was texting her friend, like, I'm like, I don't even want to do this. I didn't even want to do this. I need to leave. This is so awkward. What am I doing here?
Says the awkward girl.
Do you want, right? Do you want,
that's why,
why everything you keep saying, I didn't even want to do this. I didn't even want to do this.
But this is why I'm going back to what she posted. I don't think she ever wanted to do a podcast.
No, I don't. I think she wanted to do the podcast.
Yeah, she's talking about the date.
She's talking about the
bro,
date.
I don't think so, bro.
I think she wanted to do a podcast, but I don't think she wanted to do hip hop artists.
That's the first interview was Drake, wasn't it?
No, yes.
Oh, no, she did Armani. She did
Funny Marco might have been
Funny Marco.
Yeah, it was her first interview.
She immediately went into the culture.
Yeah, I was gonna say all hip hop.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she wanted to do any of this.
That's a weird thing to not want to do.
Because you got to remember, go back. People were saying she's a podcast industry plant.
I mean,
Like she was planted there. I really think she did not want to do any of this podcasting shit. I think she was fine doing her TikTok shit.
Rick Glassman was her first.
Okay.
Who?
But 99% of it has been
Yeah.
in the hip hop space. You got him and Mark Cuban.
I can't agree with Maul. I don't think that she just didn't.
Yo, I
want to
think
do
she's.
this.
I think she's.
That's
off.
random.
I don't
I don't think
that.
she ever wanted to
doesn't
talk to anybody.
I don't think she's equipped for the critique and negativity she's gotten from it.
Yeah.
Sure,
But-
that I agree with.
But that comes with you walked in the gate and got a Drake interview. Just maybe you should shut up for a second. You shouldn't complain.
Yeah.
You came in as a
No,
guest.
you can't complain if you really did not want to do any of this shit. Which is my point.
That's
People,
such a weird theory. Why do you think that?
because from the gate, people are saying she's a plant. From the gate.
Yeah, but that's gonna happen. She's a white girl doing interviews with black
Yeah,
people.
out of nowhere, I got a Drake interview.
Exactly. So this is my point. It sounds like somebody is set this whole thing up, and it sounds like she never even wanted to do any of this shit.
Okay. So you're saying someone literally orchestrated her even doing the pod. Like
Yeah, like
you're a socially awkward white girl. I know this would crush.
Exactly.
I can get you the biggest names. Okay, now I'm starting to see your
This
theory.
is what I'm saying. I think she never wanted to do any of this podcasting.
Jamal,
Hey,
she had the choice. So obviously she didn't. She wanted to do it.
She had a choice.
We all have
Not the
choices.
choice
We all have
combo again.
choices.
No, but I'm just saying, no, because she's a personality.
Wait till
right?
she interviews Lizzo.
She's a personality,
Yo, let me
quote
see.
unquote, on TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So somebody may have convinced her, like, yo, you should do a podcast. There's a lot of money waiting for you. We can line up these big guests for you. She probably was like, okay, cool, whatever, let's do it. But I don't think
Big guests
at
is
the
an
core
understatement.
she ever really wanted to do a podcast. She doesn't. She looks like she doesn't want to do a podcast.
No, I think that's just a character.
Well, that's the character in the stick.
I think
I
it's
don't. Is it?
Yes, I think it's funny that people are looking at that and they're like, look, she's not the same girl as the interviews. I'm like, yes, of course, she's doing a character.
Yeah, you have to
That's
watch
not-
the Dave interview for real because she's herself in that one. Like,
Well, I'm
It's clearly a
going
character.
out saying I don't think that Bobbi ever wanted to do a podcast at all.
Damn.
where does she go from here?
Back to
And-
TikTok.
And do we
Was she
ever really
only a
get an
TikTok
explanation?
I
Yeah,
don't
she's
know.
a big TikTok person.
Oh.
Do you think we'll get an explanation for the Drake video being deleted?
No.
That's nuts.
No. I'm sure there's an
I think we'll get a explanation. I don't know if we'll get it anytime soon.
In
No.
2023, between the media space and who fucking Drake is, a Drake interview being deleted. Maybe I think that's crazier than y'all do.
I mean, monetization wise,
that
I
means-
understand why that's crazy. Like,
I think
Moment-
Drake had to delete it.
moment-wise,
I think Drake had to delete it once he looked at it a few times and was like, "Why am I in a bed drinking?"
It was funny, though. It was good.
Way.
Was it?
There's no way that he didn't go through mountains of approvals of like.
He probably
thoughts of,
owns
like-
that footage.
Yeah, like
Well, no, I believe that. from
it's
the
a
gate.
funny
I-
interview. I get it. What's happening? I think this is all bullshit hype. Honestly, at the end of the day, no matter what it is,
You think this is all part of
This-
another?
this is all
Rollout?
hype for some rollout of some bullshit that we're about to hear again.
Yeah,
some
no.
other interview.
I mean, she just did the Tiger shit. She did the
Yeah, it's not gonna stop. She's on a
the
path.
Offset shit. Like,
You think
Yeah.
she gets another episode with Drake?
No, but that would be fucking hilarious.
I think so.
I don't think so.
If that happens, then
I
that
think-
would be whack.
I think they get a new episode.
I
I think they shoot again. I think they shoot again.
I can see them doing a TikTok video, like a quick, like
No, I think
Pass
to
they,
each
kill the
other in a
rumor. So
hallway.
yeah,
I
like
think
something
they
like that,
shoot
but
again,
nah.
and Drake asked her like, "Yo, so you at my show? You wasn't feeling it?" Like, I could totally see that going into like the next, like,
Drake's not giving her that much.
There's no way
He's not doing that.
if he's secretly invested in this podcast, he is. That's what I'm trying to say. There's somebody behind this
He
podcast.
might be producing this podcast and we don't even know that.
I'm
Oh,
trying to-
I can totally
Is that a
see that.
theory?
That's why I
Yeah.
think deleting it could be just a marketing ploy from them.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I'm telling
It
you.
makes it
yeah.
more legendary. Like then it got deleted, and maybe she fucked Drake.
She just didn't fuck
Yeah,
Drake.
that part we can leave out. Like,
I don't think she fucked Drake.
Yeah, I could care
Yeah.
less about that. I don't think
That's a
they did.
funny theory though. It's like, yeah,
I mean,
like,
it was the first thing. Once it was deleted, everyone's like, "Oh, well, he beat." Like that's crazy
That's
that everyone
which one?
Yeah, how do y'all-
universally was
how do
like, "Oh, he
people
must
go-
have beat."
Yeah, but how do people go to that from a deleted episode?
Which one of y'all said that he fucked too many pretty girls and now he's going to the ugly ones? Quote.
That's not how we worded
that was
it.
Rory. and
That's
Julian.
not
was
how I
you?
worded
Oh,
it.
shit.
That's
Rory and
not
Julian.
how I worded
That's
it.
Rory
gonna
and
be
Julian.
Rory ass.
Because Julian was like,
Six,
yeah, it's
six.
kind of like John Mayer. Like he got tired of having sex with a whole bunch of girls and he
Then
slept with
fucked
a guy. And I was like, John Mayer slept with guys? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
not
know
going to
that
let
either.
you guys put narratives out there that are false.
Okay, what did
I
you say?
said
Mhm.
that people like Drake have fucked so many women they're attracted to that they start to find things that they probably wouldn't do because they're bored of all the sex they've had.
Nah.
That's exactly what I just said.
Listen, I know
I just
Drake
said it
has
He
had
could
his-
like try new toys or something.
I know Drake has had his fair share of women, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ever tired of
Beautiful women.
No, I'm not saying he's not
Nobody
going to.
ever gets tired.
And I don't really want to, like, this is even weird talking about Drake's dick. But with that said, I'm sure he's still going to fuck the bad bitches that he likes. But I think people, when you have that much sex, start to go experiment to shit they probably wouldn't do.
Nah.
That's
I-
fucking hell.
I think
How the
maybe,
fuck do you think Epstein Island started?
That's
maybe
wrong.
anal.
Wait, hold
maybe Rory.
See, that's totally crazy.
He wild.
Yeah, what do
That's
you think? What do you
haram.
think? Pizzagate came out of nowhere?
It ain't that much. It ain't that much beautiful women in the world. We be like, you know what? I'm tired.
I've had enough.
I've had enough.
I
No
gotta go
man
now.
has ever said that.
Yeah.
No
Also,
man has ever
I'm
said he's had
I'm
enough
not
of beautiful
saying that he's not going to keep fucking the women he's attracted to. I'm just saying
Sometimes you gotta switch it up a
you
bit.
just do shit you wouldn't do because you've done the same thing so many times.
women. Nah.
Okay.
I've
I don't
never-
think that's a crazy theory.
I've
It's
never
not
seen
just
that.
Drake. I think a lot of entertainers, actors, people that have access to so many women, I
Yeah.
think that's a common thing.
I've never seen like a pothead then go like, you know what? Let me just try crack now.
Well, they try to paint it like that.
That's true.
They call weed
Gateway? Yeah,
drug.
the
And Let me
gateway.
tell you something. I've smoked a lot of weed. Not one night have I laid
Now
down
one
and said,
gateway
you know what?
opened.
Yeah.
Not one night has my head hit the pillow. I say heroin is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
never fucking happened.
So Bernice was weed and then Bobby was there.
Yeah, like I just know it's
That's
just like
sick.
it's like
Yo,
what do you?
wow.
No, it doesn't happen like that. Like you do shit like that because that's just always what you wanted to do, not because you've had enough of the beautiful women. No.
You guys have your theories. I have mine.
Honestly, maybe
That's true.
He could've-
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
He could have
Have your
gotten
theory.
bored for real though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Either way, I do think that they'll have another episode.
Yeah.
I do think that Bobbi is definitely not trying to do a podcast. I think she said that. I think that's what she meant. She never
Super
wanted to do a
interesting,
podcast at all.
Yeah.
Oh, we
But
know.
I do think that we do get another Drake sighting, Drake and Bobbi on camera sighting. Even if it's like a quick little 20 minutes, I do think we get another episode with them too.
Huge doubt.
For
Like,
sure.
I can only
Because at this
imagine.
point, it's a sitcom now. She's at
Yeah.
the show, like just standing there, like after doing a podcast with him, like completely oblivious to like what he's talking about and songs he's playing for her. Like,
Well, what about her husband and 2 kids? Like, is she just going to go on tour with Drake to shoot a sitcom?
no, not on. You don't have to go on tour, but you keep going back to, an episode with Drake. Why not? Somebody's behind this girl's podcast. I always said it. I always said, who is this girl? Who's her family? Somebody's behind this podcast.
I texted someone. I'm not snitching because he didn't give me any information.
Rory snitching.
But I hit somebody over at WME because that's who represents her
Nice.
when the shit got deleted. And he said he walked in the office and asked the same question, like, all right, what's the real reason? And everyone in WME was like, oh, we don't know. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead. You talked to your client this
Yeah,
morning.
yeah,
Don't tell me otherwise. Don't lie to my
Yeah.
face like that.
yeah. Don't do that. We're not doing that.
But hey, he held it down for WME.
No,
Flat
I
word.
respect that. I
Word.
respect holding it down. Don't let nothing out of the building.
Yeah.
And continue to do what y'all do over there.
But no, I had to be messy. This month, over here at NewRoryNMal, we're doing a special series of episodes to celebrate 50 years of hip hop. Mal, we wouldn't even be podcasting if it wasn't for hip
I
hop.
don't know if we would be born without it.
We wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for hip hop. So it's extremely important to us to sit and take some time to really celebrate and reflect what hip hop has done for us for the last 50 years. But we couldn't have done that without our friends over at eBay.
eBay knows how important it is to be real, Rory.
Yeah.
Their authenticity guarantee protects buyers from fakes and gives them assurance that they're getting the real deal.
Yes,
There's a lot of fakes out there, Rory.
absolutely.
But eBay does a lot with their authenticity guarantee to make sure that we are not getting any fake products. We don't do fake in hip hop.
No fugazis. Mal, I get paranoid every time I try to buy things on the internet because you never really know what you're going to buy. Thank God, though, anytime I'm looking for sneakers or watches, I can go to eBay and know I'm getting exactly what I'm purchasing on that screen.
The real deal, not the fugazi.
Of course.
I was nervous about buying sneakers online, but then I know eBay has an authenticity guarantee.
Mhm.
Went to eBay, got my retro Jordan 1s, good to go.
That's important. eBay, the details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. eBay authenticity guaranteed. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Here to celebrate 50 years of hip hop, we sat down with the legendary Shari Bryant, president of Rock Nation. Enjoy it now. Because a lot of people don't know, you had a major part of the whole Dream Chasers
Mhm.
taking off with Meek, worked with Ross.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that do you still see and you okay, my DNA is still there?
Yeah.
in the
As far as
MMG.
Dream Chasers, MMG.
Yeah. So what's crazy is that I felt like what we learned at Rockefeller, I just kind of like reapplied to
Copy and
MMG
paste, yeah.
when, when I got the chance to work with Ross. And we applied the same thing. It was about the camaraderie. It was about leveraging each artist against each other. It was about, just making sure that one artist didn't feel bigger than the other. And then we just kind of like approached things as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked, right? It was like the same. I always tell people the blueprint is there. It's just as much as you're going to follow it, right? But it takes a lot of dimming down the ego and being like, operating as one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and Ross, I always give credit to Ross. He was an amazing leader in a sense of he wanted all of them to win, because it takes that person to like really truly want it and not appear like you want it for it to work. And he was amazing with that. I mean, there was nothing that we couldn't ask of him to leverage his brand to help MMG.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And that was a big part of why it worked. And I mean, how much of it do I see today? They're all, Wale's in a much different place than he was when we we had originally signed him. Meek became like, a household name. And I do attribute that to like the foundation that we laid.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So.
And even to backtrack a little before that, and in no way do I want to get in any Rockefeller breakup mess, just more personally, your view of being in a system for so long and now that system is done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did you feel personally, outside of any breakup mess, like you personally sitting there like, all right, I've been in this system since I'm 15, 16.
Yep.
What the fuck? How do you navigate through that?
It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was because as much as I felt like I knew what I was doing, it was still different to have to go out in the world and not have that comfort anymore. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that because I was like really proud and like, oh, I've done a lot. But it was a reality setting moment once I had to go out there in the real world. Because, I mean, it felt like home. So leaving home is, always scary. And so that took an adjustment for sure. And then I also felt like because I was so young, because I was still young when Rockefeller kind of broke up, I felt like I had to reprove myself. You know what I mean? Like I felt like people thought I was protected. And that it wasn't really the work, it was the protection of Damon and, and so I had to go out there and really kind of like do it all over again. I had to go be an assistant after I was already a marketing director, kind of at Rockefeller. And that's why I always tell people, don't be afraid to take a step backwards to move forward because sometimes it could set you up for amazing things, you know? Huh?
We know.
But even and that's,
right. Oh,
but
yes.
That's also what's like so fucked up about the business and even how they like view joint ventures. Like to call Rockefeller a joint venture, I know sounds blasphemous, but at the end of the day, that's what it was. And how you both have described that environment of why we love Rockefeller sounds like it came from the office environment that was there.
100%.
And to think and to have the arrogance that once that breaks up, all the people that work there didn't add value and that they don't have anything to offer, they need to start from the beginning, is fucking insane to me. Like these people gave you the sauce.
Right.
They should, like you need them.
Right.
Just because that broke up doesn't mean anything. That was a quick clip of our celebration of 50 years of hip hop sponsored by eBay.
Subscribe and stay tuned to our YouTube for the full conversation. YouTube.com/NewRoryNMal.
Now back to the episode.
Once again, Rory, everything is content.
Word.
You take what you're given. Life gives you lemons.
Pause.
What
You do a
make?
video with Usher.
You make key lime pie, right?
Okay, Keke lime pie.
Keke lime pie.
See?
Ah, okay.
So we remember the whole debacle of Keke Palmer being at Usher's show. Usher singing to her, serenading her.
With her cheeks out.
She had on a dress where, it was a little, you saw the cheeks a little bit. It was sexy dress she had on.
Yeah.
And her fiance, right? Was it her fiance?
Her baby daddy.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
They're not married or weren't married?
I think
or engaged?
Nope, it was never confirmed.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
never been confirmed.
They never confirmed. Keke Palmer never confirmed if she was engaged or not.
people were having rumors that they were married. That was never confirmed.
Okay, well, her partner.
They were just partners.
Her partner.
Yeah.
Her partner. He went to social media to voice his disdain.
And I didn't like what Demaris said. A father of her child, not her baby daddy.
Wow.
Let's respect men a little bit more.
There you go. There you
don't
go.
like
See,
when,
at least
you don't like when
become a
people
dad.
call you baby daddy?
When you become a dad, certain shit just stings you a little differently now, right? It's
The
like, wait,
father
wait.
of your child.
Yeah. So her partner went to his social media and expressed how he was feeling about what she was wearing, and he felt it was disrespectful. And then I guess maybe a few days later, they announced a breakup, a split, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Fast forward to maybe a month later, and Keke Palmer is now in a video with Usher.
Wow.
Titled Boyfriend.
Sick.
Talk about taking a negative and turning it into another negative.
This is kind of
What?
crazy to me. And I hope I'm not overreacting. And it could just because I have a different lens on things now.
Because you're the father.
Because you're a baby.
Because I'm the father of a child,
And
not
white.
baby daddy.
Yeah.
Baby daddy just sounds like deadbeatish.
A little bit.
Well, that's what it is.
No, it's not. You
Baby daddy?
You a daddy with a baby.
Nah. I'm a father.
Yes.
Like if I say my baby mama, it sounds like a little
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a negative.
negative connotation.
Yeah, baby daddy. Nobody wants to be a baby mama and nobody wants to be a baby daddy.
That's the mother of my child.
Yeah. You want to
Sounds
be a
nice.
father, you want to be a mother.
It's only cute like when Jay-Z says it about Beyonce.
I mean, that's better than sperm donor.
That's when you're not even in
That's-
his life.
Yeah, that's when
That's-
it's like you
yeah.
can just
My
die.
biological father.
Yeah, you can die tomorrow. Nobody would
My
even show
23 and me over there.
Yeah.
up. Nobody would even show up at your funeral at this point.
Right.
But no, I think this is kind of crazy. If they just broke up, the petty shit is the petty shit. It's kind of funny. Whatever. Get
A
your
little
lick
bit of
back.
petty is okay.
It's totally fine. It makes for great entertainment. And you went on Twitter and said all that stuff. Doing this to the father of your child, though, with the pettiness is a little extreme for me. Maybe it's not as serious as we think it is, and they've, reconciled everything, and he was fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do the petty games, it's fine when you're just exes.
Yeah.
When you have to co-parent and you're doing petty shit directly, taking shots in front of the whole world with Usher
Mhm.
against your ex and father of your child,
Yes.
I think it's fucking crazy. That makes co-parenting way more difficult.
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember, keep in context, she's an actress,
Yeah.
Great
she's
one.
an
Exactly.
entertainer.
Great one.
Right.
So maybe this is just her way of expressing.
She was singing
Herself?
as Usher. She didn't express anything.
Well, I mean, she's an Usher fan. Obviously, she was at the show.
Mm.
She's expressed that she was a big fan of Usher growing up.
You
And
auditioned
I think
for
this
one
was
of the
just an
videos.
opportunity for them to turn a moment that they had together publicly on social media. Like, let's take it a step further. Let's have fun. Let's
Love
shoot
it.
a video. I'll mimic you and some of your older videos and your dance moves. And I mean, she did a great job. She looks great. She's dancing her ass off. She can really dance.
But
I feel you, but no, this doesn't happen unless her ex puts that tweet out.
That's her fault. That's his fault.
I'm telling you now, like if that video surfaced of just Keke Palmer like in that outfit singing Usher, it was some shit would have
it would have been
happened.
doing
But
good.
what took that to the next level was when her
the outrage.
her partner was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
Absolutely.
Double down on what everyone's saying on the internet.
Thank you,
Do
baby
you
daddy.
think Keke Palmer is playing Usher in a video without her husband, boyfriend, partner doing that?
Oh, Rory,
Because that's where that shit is. That's where it's nasty. Because this wouldn't happen. You're clearly just doing it to spite me.
But
Well,
see,
again,
Rory,
it's
as
not-
a podcaster, I'm calling bullshit.
Wait,
I'm
what?
calling bullshit because no,
Keke would never pod with me.
You don't know that.
Keke would never palm you.
Hey.
or palm me.
Hey,
You would let Keke palm you?
hey, relax.
respect to Keke. But
Oh, for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
calling bullshit because as a podcaster, it's literally your job to make content out of big moments that happen in your real life. I would judge Keke if she didn't take advantage of this opportunity. Granted, I don't think this is her idea. This is Usher's video. Somebody on Usher's team or him had the idea, wrote the treatment, called Keke, said, Keke, I think that this would be funny for you to do. Keke has expressed, even in this tweet right here, that she has always been a huge Usher fan.
Yeah, I wanted to be in.
All right, you're playing semantics because what you're saying is true, but not in the case at the detriment of co-parenting.
Not if you're the pappy. The pappy somewhere is sick behind this shit. Well,
Like, of course, you're supposed to make a moment.
but we don't know.
But
'Cause
this
they may
moment
have-
is in the
They
spike.
may have made up, and they may
For
be,
sure.
Well,
they
the gossip rags are saying that they
Oh, and they always
broken
tell the
up
truth.
and he's moved on.
Cool. That's good for him.
They're broken up and he's moved on.
And he's moved on.
Oh,
It's been a week.
Oh, so yeah, this hurts. This thing.
It's been more than a week.
But they were very obviously having issues. You
Yeah,
don't
before
send
that.
that tweet if you guys aren't having issues. Like
That was
Rory,
corny as fuck.
Rory said when it first happened.
So you saying that was Keke's fuck him dress?
Huh?
Could have been, yeah.
Oh,
Like fuck him,
maybe.
like
Yeah.
fuck him, like I'm out.
Yeah, put your
Could have been
freaking
it.
dress on.
I don't think she planned for that moment to happen, though.
That sucks when she goes out in that dress and then also gets serenaded by Usher.
Yikes.
Oh, that hurts.
It's a
Yeah.
big sting.
Oh man.
But of course, Demaris, you're supposed to make moments out of stuff, and this is funny and all that
Yeah.
to the world. But if this was really a big issue, even if it's my ex-partner, I still have to co-parent with them, and doing spiteful shit that's gonna really trigger them and feel like it's disrespectful to them.
Spite.
That makes it hard to fucking co-parent
But I don't.
when you're taking shots at each other publicly. Like I said, I don't think that tweet he did was the smart thing either. Like, we're a family, let's keep shit in
Yeah,
house.
that was dumb.
We can talk about it. I thought that was corny.
Mhm.
But now you're just getting we're just going back and forth on public shit.
Well, I'm supposed to miss out on a huge opportunity of my life that you handed down to me because you wanted to be a fucking loser. So
This is going to come and go.
I'm supposed to.
This is not going to be the moment you think it's going to be.
But I don't even think she wants it to be a moment.
This will be done in
What?
2 days.
She wants us to
It's
be.
a
No,
moment.
I think Usher. No. I think
It's
Usher
not a bad record, but
Team
this is done.
wanted it to be a moment.
They both.
I think-
two things can be true.
Well, they
No, Usher
capitalized-
caught a lick. Of course, Usher's going to be like,
I think
wait, Keke, you'll
Usher
do the
and his
video?
Team wanted it
Bet.
to be a moment. I think Keke was living her best. I'm a fucking Usher fan life.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
I
want my
think she's
baby
in
moms
full
to be a fan of like that though. You can go to the show, but you can't be in a nigga video next month. Dancing.
Oh, come on. It's
See,
not that
and
serious.
I feel like that's ridiculous.
She's
Keke
an
Palmer
She's an
has
actor.
Fuck
Sorry.
an actor.
For
She's
sure.
also a musical
I'm just saying,
artist who
you
has her own career and wants to build up her career.
Right.
And
No,
this
for
is not me
sure.
sticking up for all women and all of this bullshit.
It is.
You are.
No,
Okay.
It's cool, but it's
It
fine.
is. It's a
It's
fact.
fine.
No, what her child's father did was loser shit to begin with. Let's say they broke up. I'm supposed to watch out for you didn't watch out for my feelings when you sent that tweet. When I've been a known, I keep my personal life personal. I've never had drama.
Oh,
on
he
the
was out of
internet.
line.
You
Yeah.
started that whole
He
shit.
went a little too crazy with that.
And now I'm supposed to look out for your feelings when you didn't look out for mine. This isn't to be spiteful.
Again, what you're saying is correct if they
You're
were
right.
just exes. Yes, she has every right to do this,
They have a
especially after he did that public shit. But at what cost? Like,
Yeah.
that's where maturity comes in when you have a kid. Like, maybe I just shouldn't do shit, even if I'm correct in doing it, because I want to have a healthy co-parent relationship.
Yeah, I don't think-
I'm not going to do shit, even if I am right in doing it, to spite somebody, especially something that clearly triggered them already.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
there's a world
maturity.
Where he already knew about this, that this was going to happen.
I think that for sure.
I'm pretty sure he
was
knew
not
this was
surprised
going to
when it
happen.
came out.
Like the moment when it came with the whole thing with Usher, like in the live show, and then now this is happening, he probably knows. Like, I don't think it's that serious. Now,
If they didn't have like a full talk about this entire shit, I think it's super fucked up.
I
really
and
do.
I can see where it's kind of corny, only because at the end of the day, that he's gonna get some slack over that too. They're gonna make fun of his ass. Everybody's gonna make fun of his ass for the fact that she's doing the whole Usher video and shit like that.
I don't give a fuck about the people on the internet to be making fun of. Like,
No, like even your
I'm
peers
mad. I
sometimes.
would be mad at my ex-partner. Like, really? Like, that was already a terrible thing that broke us up, even though I'm sure there was mad other shit, and that was just the last straw. But you're then gonna go and do the video?
I don't think doing the video is that
So?
crazy.
Me
Yeah.
too. But like
I'm sensitive, so you know.
but that's the thing. You're no longer my partner. I don't care about you being sensitive.
No, I'm just saying
You're
in
no-
general.
Shut up. Just shut.
I know you didn't just
Put
say
up
that.
and shut. Just up, shut.
I know you didn't just say that. 'Cause
Just
we can go back to Hoodie Gate right now if you want to go back to Hoodie Gate.
Oh,
We can talk about Hoodie Gate.
Subscribe to our
Talk about-
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
Hey, look at you subbing them right now with
Yeah,
that
like,
hoodie
you
on.
want to go back to Hoodie
Wow.
Gate? Because where that hoodie gonna be in 3 weeks?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So let's not, because if it was
Slippery.
reversed, if
Yep.
this was Carisha and them, and your baby daddy was an extra in Carisha video, and Carisha was dancing with him and grinding on him, you would feel some type of way at home if you
you'd
was
be
with
tight.
the kid.
No, I would not.
Oh shit!
All right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all don't do that?
And subscribe to our Patreon to
Word.
listen to
To know
Hoodie
that
Gate
story.
about
Yeah.
Demaris and her
Yes,
ex.
I'm no longer allowed to talk about that.
It's on
You're
Patreon.
no longer allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I made a promise that I can no longer talk about. that
Oh,
person
look at you
anymore.
respecting, even though they're an ex-partner, just
Look
wishes
at
to make a
you.
healthier relationship.
And y'all ain't even
Oh,
got
that's
no
what-
kids.
Well, if Usher told me to talk about it, I would talk about it. I don't know, like,
Oh, if
That's
it's Usher,
fair.
you'll talk about it.
yes.
Oh, okay. All right, see?
I could understand if
Simple.
it was T.I., but Usher?
Why T.I.
Where
gotta
did
catch
you
that
land on
fucking
T.I.?
side like that?
The Boondocks reference?
Oh yeah,
Am I-
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
that's funny.
It took me a while. What
Yeah.
up, my head?
Like you got to pull references that we'll like get off the top.
How can you not get that off the top?
Because it ain't really on our brain like
Also,
that.
pause.
Yeah.
Like Boondocks at the moment.
But anyway, we can agree to disagree whether Keke was wrong or not.
Well, if the tables were reversed, if that was, your baby father in a video with Carisha or, whoever the young hot girl is right now, you would feel some type of way.
Okay, but even I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to feel some type of way. I'm saying why should my decisions be based on you feeling some type of way?
We have
I'm not saying he's wrong for feeling some type of way.
Yeah, you guys have a kid together.
We have a child together.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing stemmed from, is the fact that he was upset that she wore what she wore because
She's a mom.
she's a mom.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make it right is what I
Now his approach, don't get me
but
twisted.
make it
Him
even.
going to social media with all that, I thought was like unnecessary. You could just
Super
have a talk with your your partner when she gets home. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, he was stupid corny for that.
I didn't think that was
He really
necessary,
fucked that
but
up.
people handle things differently. Either way, it's a cool moment, I guess.
It's dope.
Keke Palmer.
That's nice.
What do y'all think about the song?
If Bobby beat, did Keke beat?
No, Rory.
We've already discussed that Usher was worth. Never mind.
Trying to have a messy podcast. I'm sorry.
Usher did not.
We're about to go on vacation. Let's
I
just
know.
leave with some mess.
I know.
And then come back to some mess to clean up.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I'm sure that's gonna
I'll be in
happen.
the Bahamas with no Wi-Fi.
No, Usher
Yeah, good
too.
for
Usher
you.
gonna be there too.
World just burning. So, what do y'all think about Usher's song?
It's all right.
It's cool.
It's
He
cool.
released two.
That's a cool bop. It is.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's just. I'm not trying to be safe here. It's just cool. It's cool.
You think they're playing that around Kiki's baby daddy?
Probably.
I hope not.
Oh, at the moment he walk in the club, they playing that.
But
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying. But
if
you see,
you're
that's
his
where,
real friend,
that's where I think it gets fucked up.
If
Like,
you're his real friend, you pull up in front of his crib to pick him up and have that playing.
oh,
ready.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
your
oh,
friend
damn,
could do
Bronny
that.
Marilla.
Your
Yeah.
friend could do that, but not some random dude in the
Oh,
club.
no, then it's-
I know.
it's hate.
It'd be like, don't
Eddin,
tweet
you
about
can't,
me.
you can't do that if Kiki's baby father walks into the club.
No, not to the club. You got to fight the DJ.
Yeah.
I've seen a
Respectfully.
lot of DJs do some bold shit with artists that were.
Like what?
I've seen people play 50 records around Ja.
Oh,
I thought that was like, all right.
like they were
You
DJs
know,
of the
Ja
culture.
can, like fight, right? Like, and he's right there.
I just saw, what was that, a few weeks ago? A DJ in Miami played at Gunplay's birthday, played 50s music.
Just crazy.
Yikes!
And Gunplay started flipping that shit upside. I'll kill everybody in this motherfucker. Nigga,
That's
you heard
pretty
somebody-
impressive.
Yo, you heard somebody in the video like, yo, I'm about to bounce.
Right.
Yo, Gunplay was in there going crazy. But I didn't
That sounded
understand.
like cocaine gunplay.
No, but like when you get the full story, he played about 350 records.
So it
Like,
was in
Back to back. Oh,
It's like,
nah,
bro,
he's wild.
You know what you're doing. Like now
Yeah.
you playing games. Like don't do that. You can't play 50 records while Gunplay is. It's Gunplay's birthday party.
Oh, what the fuck is
That's
wrong
nuts.
with him?
And like,
He's
if
celebrating
one,
his birthday at the club and you playing 50 Cent, Many Men, and I Smell Pussy and all that. It's like
and I could understand.
that's
if
not even. And it's Miami. Like they don't play 50 down there.
No,
Like
many
that.
men
Like,
doesn't get burned at
Yeah,
Live.
like what are you doing? Like you don't play that in the club, especially if it's Gunplay's birth. The DJ knew what he was doing. Gunplay was absolutely in the right for flipping that shit upside
Yeah,
down and
word.
throwing garbage cans. He was right.
I agree. And it could maybe an unaware DJ may play like in the club by accident, like, oh shit, my bad. But 3 in a row is an extremely
I Smell
intentional-
Pussy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
For a
what
DJ to play I Smell Pussy at Gunplay's birthday party, that's intentional, bro.
No, it's fucking wild.
That's intentional. I understood Gunplay ready to go to the car and get the strap.
Well, I mean, I know it was a side note, but I'm happy Keke got her childhood moment.
That's
with
cool.
her favorite artist.
Yeah, she's done.
My childhood was destroyed
Why?
over the past few days.
Yeah, I thought about you, Rory. I saw the Vlad interview with Ali
Oh,
from the St. Lunatics.
You
And
know,
I thought
Santa
about-
Claus is not real.
Yeah, I know. I know. This is your Santa Claus is not real moment. So Ali did an interview with Vlad, and he spoke about the fact that he wrote probably 75 to 80%.
95.
Yeah.
No, the number kept going up.
Baby.
I
Yeah.
was waiting for him to just be like, listen, I wrote 110% of everything.
Yeah, like he basically said he wrote all of Nelly's first album, and if you know Nelly's first album, Country Grammar, one of the biggest hip hop albums of
diamond.
all time. Like so, for Ali to say now that he wrote 97% of it was a shock.
After Nelly just sold his catalog for what I believe was $50 million.
Mhm.
God damn.
But we had always heard like the story of Nelly going to shop St. Lunatics Records and go solo. That was something that like Murphy Lee's talked about. That's been around.
Yeah.
I did not, of course that's kind of fucked up, but I didn't think like it was that crazy if he was writing his verses. If you're shopping the group's music and you didn't even write any of it,
Mhm.
and then you go solo with our records that we wrote for you,
Mhm.
that's pretty fucking foul.
Absolutely.
That's some foul shit.
It's fucked up, but
If that's true, because I think Nelly should tell his side.
if it's true, I don't think. I mean, I hope Ali wouldn't get up there and lie about writing all that.
Doesn't
shit.
come across as a liar to me.
Yeah, like he didn't. It looked like he didn't have any type of hate.
Yeah, he was saying in the interview that when people were, critics, when Nelly started to quote unquote fall off after that double album of like, damn, I wish Nelly would go back to the country grammar type shit, the Nellyville type shit. He was like, yeah, it's because I stopped writing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a clear fall off when I stopped not only picking the beats, writing the harmonies, getting hooks from Murphy Lee, writing his verses. Yeah, things changed. He's like, Nelly can write.
Right.
He just takes
A long time.
forever to write a 16, and I would just come up with everything. And at that point, Nelly delivered the shit better than anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I was rapping it didn't sound the way Nelly said it, which makes sense. But to not get credited and not get publishing is really where the line is kind of drawn.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the goal, if everyone's like, all right, Nelly is the one that is marketable, he
He's a
delivers
star.
it, he delivers this shit the best too. Like,
Yeah.
bet. Like, once Nelly gets
As
on, we
long
can
as
all
we
get
getting
on.
our, as long as we getting our just do behind the scenes and
Exactly.
business is taken care of, and we all getting our splits and everything like that, so be it. Everything, all that other shit is ego shit. Like if Nelly's the clear cut star, he's the one that's gonna, propel this whole thing and get us into these rooms that we ultimately want to be in as creators, artists, writers, whatever. Then so be it. Let's get behind them. But if we're not taken care of, if I'm not getting anything for my contributions, this is a completely fucked up situation.
Not that we really, anyone has Nelly like on their top 10 greatest MCs of all time list. It's still a little heartbreaking knowing the impact Nelly has had on hip hop, even newer hip hop. Like, of course, you can give Rule a lot of credit for the melodic stuff and so on. But that Nelly era kind of pushed us even further into the melodic shit that we're into now. Like, he is a very influential artist. So to find out he didn't write most of that, it's a little heartbreaking.
I mean, well, Nelly,
He's not a rapper like that, but he rapped. And those melodies fucking changed hip hop. Like,
I'm sure some
he
people
gets a lot of credit for that. And to know that he just delivered it is, yes.
Yeah.
We can't just shit on Drake and not shit on Nelly.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in the Midwest that may have Nelly in their top 10.
If you want to go just like impact, one of the craziest runs in hip hop history, sales, like, of course, Nelly would definitely be in a top 15 conversation.
To me, Nelly was always like the second 2.0 version of like, obviously not probably as dope as an MC, but like he was LL all over again.
Oh, okay.
He was
That's
like,
interesting.
he was a rapper, but he became a pop star.
Because they both wore Band-Aids.
Well,
Kind of.
not because they both wore Band-Aids, but it was the style. It was just the style and the aesthetically, it was some similarities there.
Sure.
And Nelly has spoken to that LL was one of his idols growing up. But yeah, it was crazy to hear at least talk about that though. That was shocking to hear that he wrote most of that Country Grammar album.
And I feel like had this news dropped, let's say Nelly's run happened in 2023 where there was like Vlad and interviews like this where people can have a platform to speak about what's going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
This might be bigger than the Drake allegations if it was done in the moment. Like during Nelly's run, this would be crazy because it was even more taboo in the mid 2000s, early 2000s to
That you didn't write.
A rapper not writing his lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a little different because Drake was not only a pop star, R&B singer, like we gave him like, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly is considered a rapper, even though he does sing.
Yeah.
This would have been twice as big to me of allegations than the Drake thing.
Back then, if it came out.
Yes. This would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's big though because because it again, it's Nelly. It's one of the biggest albums of all time in hip hop. And again, we didn't know this until Ali said it. Now, again, we've heard things over the years and the St. Lunatics being a whole, conglomerate of artists and writers and helping each other out. But Ali is saying like, nah, fam, those are all my bars.
Yeah.
That's shocking to hear. And I do want to hear from them. I think Nelly will. I think he has to address this. I don't think he can just like let this pass. Like he has to address this. Not like Nelly is trying to actively put out. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not trying to actively put out any new albums and shit like that. But he has to address one of his former closest friends, partners, people that was in the room when he was creating coming out and saying, yo, I wrote all. Nelly has to respond to that.
If it's true, don't address it. If it's not true, address it and correct. But if it's true,
that's whack though. I think you got to address it either way. If it's true
whack,
or not.
She's right.
Yeah, but if it's true or not, you address it. You don't address it. You don't not address it if it's true. What type of shit is that? You gotta address it. Like,
why do you?
Well, no, I don't know because I don't address lies. So, yeah,
but she just said
let lies go.
But she just said address it if it's not true. I don't agree with that. If you're not going to address it if it is true, don't address it if it's not true. I'm just saying he needs to address it. Period. If it's true or not.
I will say, I think this is a huge deal because it was such an important part of my life. As far as like Vlad interviews go, this is not as viral as I thought it was going to be.
No.
So like people
Nelly
don't really care. And I swear that's not a shot at Vlad. It was an incredible interview. I watched every single one of them. It just didn't go viral the way, and maybe that's just the age difference on the internet.
It's different. People really don't. Nelly's name is not heavy in the algorithms right now. They're not checking for him. He doesn't have any new music out.
Nobody cares. We care, but nobody cares.
When I saw that title, I put it in our group chat immediately, and I put my child down.
Because that was a big part of your childhood.
I was on YouTube, refreshed it.
You put your child down.
Nelly didn't write 90% of country grammar. I was
so
like,
you were surprised.
This is bad. I thought, sometimes people put
fake
like Vlad thumbnails on like fake videos to get you to click it.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those at first. And I was like, no, this is Vlad TV. Vlad's not going to put something out that is going to be like completely false. Mm-hmm. Like there has to be some credibility. So I sat down and was like, oh, this is going to be the biggest thing ever. A week passed. I've heard no one talk about it besides my friends.
Yeah. Well, again, that's because Nelly, nobody really, again, like Demaris said, nobody really cares.
And I'm not surprised. You're really like surprised about
that? He wrote so much. I'm surprised.
Yes. I'm shocked.
I really thought Nelly was in there penning most of that shit.
95%.
Also because it's not like,
and again, this is all based on if Ali is in fact telling the truth.
Yes.
So we don't want to just say, he's telling the truth. This is allegedly, this is what he's saying. And if it is true, that's a shock to me that Nelly didn't write most of that.
Yeah. Because
he delivered the fuck out of it, though. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah.
Period.
He delivered a hell of a product. But like, the fact that this is hip hop, and when you don't write, there is, we got to call you to court for that.
Yeah, and even like when Ali was breaking down country grammar and like all the cities on, I think it's the second verse, like it's all the people that he had people in Savannah. Like that's
wild.
It's crazy.
Then he was
saying, and not that verse is like personal, but it's just like
when he started piecing certain things together, like this hook that started the next song I went into, and I'm like, damn, like
grill. He said the grills concept was his. Not that that's like some profound concept,
right?
But at that time,
it was, yeah.
That and people in Texas, please do not kill me. I'm speaking from a mainstream level. Nelly getting attached to that grills wave helped spread grills across the entire
absolutely.
Word. Like I know Texas was obviously on that shit before, but that grill song.
Well, he paid. I think Paul Wall was in the video.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was definitely that. But to know that like that's Ali's idea, wrote it like that was a moment in hip hop.
That was definitely a moment. That was definitely a big moment.
And puts like Nelly with the. Of course, he didn't start Air Force Ones, but that was a huge record. Like Nelly,
we didn't like
as
that.
an innovator.
Yeah,
I mean,
New Yorkers didn't like that.
It was a good song. It was like it wasn't anything new though. Like,
because when that song came out, we was like, okay, we've been wearing Air Forces
forever.
Like, but okay, I guess if the Midwest wants to wear them now.
No, to be honest, Nelly kind of owes us, especially that $50 million catalog. The inflation.
No, he owes Ali.
Word.
Sure,
right.
He doesn't
the
know
inflation of Uptowns was crazy after that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could get them shits for $50, $60. They went to like $120.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. But this, I don't know. This was
either way. I believe Nelly. I think he will respond though. I think this is a perfect time for Nelly to kind of get back in that.
Nelly got his girl back. He's got 50 M's.
Yeah, but you got.
He's fucking chilling. He might make it right behind the scenes, which I hope he does.
Yeah, make it right, man. Make it right with the homies, man. Like that's some nasty shit to have on your jacket walking around for the rest of your life that you did that to the homies, man. Like they got to make that right. If they contributed the way Ali saying he did, You got to take care of him.
I don't respect the make it right once it's on the internet because you had years and years and years to make it right. You know.
Nah, Ali respect that wire coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that wire hit Ali, be like, all right, it's all love.
Yeah, from a more morality level, like it's fucked up. It's like, all right, you got caught, so now you have to apologize.
that's cool.
It's a fake sorry, but no.
Yeah, but once that wire hit though,
You're like,
all right, it's love.
whatever.
Yeah, little 10, 15, I'll take that. It's all love.
What, 1,000?
I think just
Right.
just giving like some form of a settlement to him, because I know how messy that would get, especially after selling your publishing and whatever publishing deal Nelly had. To have to rework all of that would be extremely expensive, not just for Nelly, but for Ali.
Mm-hmm.
To get all that publishing back would be fucking crazy. Then you have to prove it,
Mm-hmm.
which is really difficult.
Mhm.
Like we're taking his word for it, but
Yeah.
that doesn't work in court.
It's fucked up, man. I just wish,
just
dudes
do a
would just
settlement,
do
give him
business
some
right,
bread.
man. I just why is it so hard for people to just do right
Because
business?
they're greedy and they're also just not well informed.
People are sneaky as
People-
fuck.
Everybody.
Like, I
went
think
to-
it takes so much more to do fucked up business. It takes more out of you. Like,
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. And when you're doing a project or you're creating something, everybody feels like their contribution is the most important.
Yep.
Right? So just how Drake can sit up here and say, I performed that, so you could never perform that song like that. Or I made that song what it is. Nelly could sit there and say, you could never perform this song like me and make it go number one. It didn't go number one because of what you wrote. It went number one because of the way that I performed it. And Ali can say the opposite. So everybody feels like their contribution is what made the project.
But in theory, that is the point of splits in publishing.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of people that have written for Beyonce that couldn't come anywhere near how she delivered it, but
Right.
they got their pub on it.
Right.
Is it 50%?
no.
No. But, because even the bigger artists take more pub for the exact point that you're saying. Like when you get to a certain status, splits aren't very even anymore
Mm-hmm.
because, it's me. So this is going to make way more money because I'm singing.
Right.
So you have a great argument to maybe take more pub than you typically would deserve as a C-list artist. But the writers still get their shit. Like,
Yeah, but Country Grammar was the first album.
that's
So
that's what I'm saying.
he wasn't nobody.
Well, no, not even that. He shopped like I think he said Batter Up. A bunch of joints that were on Country Grammar were recorded in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was shopping them in New York
Mm-hmm.
with some, I forgot the manager's name. He's from Harlem.
Cool to Love?
Of course, it's somebody from Harlem was behind
I
this.
think it's
Wow.
Cool, yeah.
So he was shopping their records, which is fucking crazy.
Either way, man, just do right by the homies, man. Like that is just I just feel like it's so much easier to just do the right thing.
Well, the status quo makes it easier to fuck people over because it is so common in business. It's regular business practice
Yeah.
is to fuck people over.
I hate when people say that.
I agree. But that unfortunately
that's part of the
is true.
business. No, it's
No,
not.
it doesn't have to be.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not part of the business.
The person that says that is usually the one taking advantage of you.
Yeah, that's why I hate when people as soon as somebody said it, I'm looking at them totally different as part of the business. Oh,
For
no, that's
sure.
a part of your business.
It
The way
doesn't
you
have to
run
go that way.
business. Yeah, like it does not have to go that way. People don't have to get fucked in business. You don't have to do dirty business. You don't have to do shady shit in business. People do it because they want to do it. They feel like, that their ego tells them I can do this and get away with it.
Man, I'll say one of the greatest compliment I got this year was from Bink and Sean C. They were like, we were just talking about how easy it is to work with you and how easy the business went.
Mm-hmm.
That was the coolest And by the way, it wasn't hard. Like, it's not hard to do good business. It's not
That's
like we
what
had to
I'm
go
saying.
above and beyond to make
You
sure
don't
everyone
have
got
to.
what they deserved.
You
Everyone
don't
just
have
got.
to.
We just sat down and was like, bet. All right, cool.
When people make business difficult, it's because they want to make business difficult.
Mhm.
That's just the bottom line. Business can be very easy because I've seen people do easy business with people that they were either afraid of
Ooh.
or knew some other shit was coming behind doing fucked up shit.
Yep.
And that's when it gets corny because it's like, oh, you wouldn't have did that to this person, but you do it to that person because you feel like it's not so many severe consequences coming behind it, which speaks to a whole nother level of corny. But either way,
Or you could just, the best thing to do is adopt an athlete when they're a child and take the royalties.
now that is something.
That's the best strategy that I've seen.
Speaking of being blindsided in business,
got
and
it.
in
I like it.
relationships, Michael Orr, who we know was a star player at University of Mississippi, he is the character that the movie Blindside is based on.
Have you seen the movie?
Absolutely,
It's a great movie.
great movie, great actor. Sandra Bullock did a great job.
Yeah.
So it's coming out that Michael Orr now is saying that he was never really adopted.
Which is the premise of the movie. essentially.
which made it a heartwarming.
Two beautiful white saviors come in,
Save
and
this black
adopt.
child, this black kid.
He's in so much need.
Right. Come to find out, it was a conservatorship. So what is conservator? Conservators are court-appointed individuals who are given the ability to manage another person's finances and personal affairs.
Which is crazy to like not adopt someone but still have that.
Which insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. So you don't love me. You just see the future in me making a lot of money. I can go on to be a star player, and you want to have rights and ownership of me and my money.
Well, there was some flack when this movie came out because obviously Michael Oher isn't the only athlete that's gone through this entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a lot of other athletes. Who's ranked above LeBron James? Lenny Cook. Lenny Cook was in something similar, but thank God was with a family that let him opt out and go do whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But there is kind of like a market, if you will, for lack of a better term, of boosters at colleges fake adopting kids when they're in need.
Yeah.
When it comes to athletes. So
it feels a little slavish.
Oh, damn.
I try to use the word market.
Slave market. Slave market.
No, it
feels a little slavish. It says we're protecting ourselves because we see financial gain in the future from this kid.
Well, in the movie, at least, the white saviors do take in Michael before he even thinks about football. They just encourage him to do it. Yeah. And their whole thing was like, no, we were going to take care of him regardless, but we put him in a school and like, he's not going to play football. Like we didn't even know if he'd be good or not. So how the fuck could we adopt this kid assuming that he's going to go to Ole Miss?
Well, they saw a kid. He was a big
It's a movie.
He was a big kid. They looked at him the same way they used to do the slaves. Looks very strong. Bro. Like he could work out in the field for hours. And, that's how they used to do it. They used to say, okay, yeah, he comes from this bloodline. His mother was a hard worker. He's going to be a hard worker. Same thing. You see a big kid, like, that kid has some size on him. Let's see if we can kind of give him a nice home and get him into sports and see what he takes to and what he likes. And let's push him in that direction.
Now, Michael Oher wasn't suggesting that they were, not a loving family, but he did come out and say that they were paid $225,000 each, along with 25% royalties to the rights of his story that then became the book and the movie. And he hasn't been paid from either. And I mean, of course, Hollywood is Hollywood, so you have to stretch the truth a bit. But he had learning disabilities in the movie when he didn't. But that's just something I guess you kind of have to deal with Hollywood shit. But if I'm not getting my royalties to my disability,
don't say I was slow. Yeah.
Because now you really treat me like I'm slow.
Yeah, exactly. Because now y'all playing me like I'm slow and don't know what's going on. Like, don't put that in the movie if that ain't what it is. And if you're gonna put it in the movie, at least pay me.
And I mean, at the end of the day, as much as it was about that family, it exploited Michael Oher's like blood family. They talked about his mother being on drugs, his father this, that, his brothers, like his whole projects. You are exploiting my life.
Absolutely.
Even if you stretch the truth for Hollywood, it's still mine.
So now Michael Oher's real family is saying that this is a shakedown, the adopted conservatorship family is saying that he was paid from the book and the movie. Okay, he may have been, but was he paid what he was supposed to be paid?
Right.
I think he's trying to get those royalties. And once he found out that he was not really adopted, then it's like, well, this whole entire movie is a lie. You've made millions of dollars off of lying about my life, and y'all need to run me some money for that.
Which, by the way, is Hollywood, and I don't want to say okay, but part of Hollywood. This whole being able to sell my rights because I was a kid and you are now entitled to them is the real fucked up part of this. They're going to lie about his life. Sorry, that sucks. But
that's just
it's not like a court thing.
Right.
This is not a shakedown if he wants royalties back to his life story.
Right.
A shakedown is when you try to strong arm someone for something you don't deserve.
Exactly.
This is not a shakedown.
Yeah, no. Give the guys money before he come over there and start tackling all y'all, please. Because that's a big dude. You don't want him to come in the house pissed off, mad, and just start knocking shit over.
Yeah.
Pay him his money.
It is wild.
Pay him his money. Speaking of being blindsided, once again, Bootleg Kev was blindsided.
By a football player.
By a
Another football player.
ESTG was he did the Bootleg Kev. Shout out to Bootleg Kev, one of our favorite people.
Yeah, friend of the show.
So Bootleg Kev had ESTG on to talk about his upcoming album. I believe Toro 2 is the name of it. So he had ESTG on there. I fuck with ESTG. Love his music. So, but I also know that ESTG is not somebody that is he's not a very talkative. He doesn't want to be interviewed. He doesn't have that energy where he's gonna sit down and come kick it with you and bust it up. Like he just wants to promote his music, get out of there, and go do what the fuck he want to do. So he was on Bootleg Kev, and I saw the clip, the first question, Kev. And now, give some context. Kev said that ESTG was about 2 hours late, and when he came in, he didn't even speak to nobody. He just kind of just sat down and just was ready to shoot.
Sounds like Bobby and Yachty.
So Bootleg Kev kind of, you know how it is when you can kind of feel somebody's vibe. Like, yo, dude ain't really, he's not the most welcoming, the most warm guy.
Right.
And so, Bootleg
Kev did what most like white guys do when it's like you're trying to break that. He started talking about porn. He's like, hey, you know what Brian Pumper is?
Is that what we do?
Yeah, like y'all just throw porn out there. You make dick jokes and it's like, yo, all right, whatever.
Well, Bootleg Kev's show, he does ask random questions. That's actually why I enjoy his show so much. It's not the same interview.
Well, he tries to get to know the person away
Rory.
from just their art.
Like when I went on there, we talked about Phoenix hip hop for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah. Shit like that. You got to just talk about random shit and just see where it takes you. So ESTG wasn't feeling that. And then, Kev started talking about his football past. ESTG used to play college football, had a promising career. I believe he even went to the combine, I think.
Yeah,
something
he did.
like that. So, Kev was just trying to find ways to fill ESTG out and see where the conversation would go. And, ESTG said, yo, what does that have to do with my album? And Kev said some honesty. He's like, well, I'm a big football fan, and I just think it's dope that you actually were really good in football at one point. Right. But now you're doing your thing in rap. I think it's a great story. And ESTG wasn't feeling that. He got up, walked out.
It's interesting because this is kind of like the Reason thing to some degree. Like an unfortunate situation where people could have had a cool conversation turned into probably better promo than what that regular interview would have been.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
This is another moment. I hope people don't chase these because this was real. Well, Reason thing was real.
Don't even hope. People are going to chase these. This is shit that people do. Now everybody's going to get up and walk out.
Bobby and Drake will follow each other.
Bobby and Drake.
Yeah, I might get up and walk out of this shit in a minute. I don't know. I just
Fuck yeah, do it.
But yeah, so ESTG was pissed.
Don't prove to stop right.
And I like what Kev said. Kev was like, for better or worse, it made for a moment. It made for content.
I see both sides here. Kev did put out that I believe allegedly his team gave a brief before that he was really only interested in talking about his music. So if that was a conversation that was had prior to with his team, then if Kev is taking the interview, he should respect that. Or just not take the interview because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's hard. Rory, it's hard to sit down and just grill somebody about their upcoming album. Like, how many times are you going to ask a rapper, yo, so what was your motivation? What was your...
Tell me about the producers.
What was your inspiration?
I agree with you. That's why I see both sides, whereas what could be more beneficial to the artist is people getting to know them. Because, the music interviews rarely promote you more. It's great for your core fan base to know certain stuff about the music, but part of a press run, for the most, is to get new fans.
Yeah.
Get exposure. Hopefully, people that wouldn't typically check for your album, go check it out. And I think the best way to do that is for people to see your personality, not just music stuff. I think that's where a lot of artists do fail in press runs, is they think they have to come in and act like fucking Prince and just be like, put the sunglasses on and be like, this song came to me in a dream. And we're in a different content space now. That maybe worked back in the day when you rarely saw interviews with artists like that. Like, you'd have to wait a year for their MTV TRL shit, or you'd have to wait for them to go talk to Angie. Like, we are bombarded with artist interviews every fucking day. You have to make yourself more interesting. So I feel, G, on this, though I told you I just want to talk about the music, but I don't think that's really benefiting you at the end of the day. There should be music stuff there. And you also have to remember, not everyone kind of has their own outlets they go out to. So if you've talked about your NFL career, it could have been on a platform that there's a large fan base that hasn't seen yet.
Yeah.
I watch Bootleg Kev. So that's I'm going to listen to his music differently now. Like, oh shit, he played linebacker?
Well, not only
now I'm going to look up highlights. Like, everything about you becomes a little bit more interesting.
Well, not only that, when you go on these different platforms, there's different audiences.
Yeah.
Right. There's some of these platforms share audiences, but I'm sure a lot of people that watch Bootleg Kev never heard of ESTG, never heard his music. You go in here, you have a great interview, great episode. Now people from this platform know who you are. Like, oh, I like this dude. Let me check him out. I think people still check him out after this because he walked out and it's kind of like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, he just walked out on Kev's interview like that. Like, that's fucked up. But I mean, you know, again, I understand, you know, ESTG may be on a crazy press run right now. You know how that shit is, Rory. You're tired. You did about 5-6 interviews already.
It's annoying to have to repeat the same shit over and over, but you have to keep in your mind, unfortunately, this comes with the gig.
Yeah,
and
it comes with
press runs are just
it's a part of it. It's a part of it. And it's the part of it that most artists really don't like to do, especially if you're not the most social person. Like, you don't really want to sit down and talk all day. But, you know, that's what it is. If you talk about being in the business of selling music, you have to sell who you are as a person, a personality. You have to sell who you are as an artist. You have to get people to try to buy into your brand, find your brand. This is why you go on different platforms to expand your brand. But I mean, I like Kev's approach to it. He said, you know, for better or worse, we made some content out of it. Now, ESTG's response was very different from Kev's response.
I mean, we could just go with the last line.
Well, no, he said, please don't play with me because I play crazy.
I didn't like that, though.
I mean, but if you're being honest, if that's who you are, he's like, listen, don't play with me because I don't play. Like, if I start playing, it's going to go a different way. I mean,
but nobody was.
I think it's a little. I think he went at Kev a little too aggressive. Kev didn't warrant that type of energy.
Yeah,
but I think what it more so is that's just a message to like anybody else moving forward. If I go on your platform, like, don't play these viral games with me because I play a different way.
But he wasn't playing a viral game.
He was
trying to.
He was, which is fine.
Well, he said the clip was up 2 hours after he left. Like,
so what? That's it.
That's
for them.
that's the game.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad at Kev.
You're
but
right.
You can't also say that you weren't chasing a viral moment. Like, he didn't do that on purpose, but
He wasn't
what,
trying
I'm
to
not
get him
going to
to
post
leave.
that clip.
Like, he knew
That's what I'm going to leave
Kev
with.
knew that was going to be a viral.
100, as
He knew
Kev should have.
Naturally.
It was
And
the
that's
same
good for
thing.
both of them at the end of the day.
Well, that's why Kev said, for better or worse, we got a moment.
And I feel like it's up to your team for them to know, okay, like, you need to research these platforms that you're going on. Like, full transparency, we've had artists that turn down our platform because they don't have a fucking personality. So they don't want to come on here and we try to pull a personality out of them. They know that they wouldn't be good for that. They want to go on there and talk about their music.
There's one person I'm still salty about.
I know.
I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm salty he did what he did.
I know.
I ain't like that because I really liked him as a person.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts, but we'll save that for Patreon.
Yeah.
We can talk about that on Patreon.
Yeah.
But they know that they won't shine next to us because they have no personality, and we have a podcast where we don't just interview. We want you to show your personality. I feel like if you're on my team, if you're on my team, it's your job to know what platforms you should and shouldn't put me on. Bootleg Kev, if you do any research on his platform, you should know that he's not just going to let you get on there and just talk about music.
Right.
So how are you mad at him for holding his platform down the way that he has always held his platform down and doing his job the way he's always done
Well, he
his
probably
job?
went up there again, and Rory knows this is what happens sometimes. You send these artists to these podcasts, and they might ask their management, like, yo, we just talking about the album? And they'll say, yeah, like, it's just Kev, like, hip-hop head, like, you going to get into the album? You know, they'll kind of say things to kind of, like, just get you to just agree to do it. And then you go there, and he starts bringing up Brian Pumper and aliens and shit. You like, I'm here to talk about my album that's ready to drop, bro. Like, I'm not here to talk about Brian Pumper.
Right.
Well,
shit like that.
Pumper.
I shitted on the booking agents when the Lil Baby thing happened. I think I'm going to shit on the new wave of PR people now.
Yeah.
Because they think their job when they have a client is to get them on as many platforms as possible, which in theory sounds great, right? But if you don't know your client and where they'll shine the best, you're not a good PR person.
Mm-hmm.
If your client does not talk, don't book them 60 fucking platforms to go talk.
Right.
Because they're going to start looking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going to dislike them. They're going to come across, even if they're not a bad person, they're going to come across rude or because artists be in their head. They're quiet.
Yeah. And again, you don't know what artists are going through. They're human just like everybody else.
For sure.
ESTG might have had a fucking terrible night, terrible day, terrible week. You don't know.
PR people just need to know their artists. Like, I feel like they do the plug and play with every single client. Let's try to get them on every single platform, no matter who the artist is, instead of knowing their client and going, Breakfast Club will work, but this won't work.
Right.
Oh, maybe we should focus just on the podcast circuit because that's where more the core fan base shit is. Like, it's the same shit we were talking about with booking agents not really knowing their clients.
Right.
And just being able to get a gig doesn't mean it's the right decision.
Right.
So, yeah, that falls on the team as well.
Well, shout out to Bootleg Kev. Shout out to ESTG. Album is dropping, I think, this weekend.
I hope he doesn't play crazy with Kev.
Nah, just let him do what he do, man. Just leave him alone. But he'll be all right. So shout out to both of those gentlemen.
And I'm excited for the album.
Yeah. I fuck with ESTG, man. I fuck with him. 4-2 Doug. I don't know what his legal situation is, how much time he has left in his sentence, or if he got sentenced yet. I don't know. But those are two of the dudes that I really fuck with.
For sure.
Do we have voicemails?
Let's start with this first one about an overreactive father.
Everyone, I'm calling from London and I need your advice, especially Rory as a new dad. Basically, my father comes from really humble beginnings and thank God over time was able to create a company that's done really well. And what that means is my siblings and I probably will never have to worry about money, nor will our children.
It's pretty cool.
And I'm extremely, extremely grateful to have been born into this life and all the privileges it affords me. But unfortunately, that comes with a father that's irrational, cruel, and weaponizes money any chance he gets.
Damn.
Succession.
So I'll give a quick example. I have my own job. I rent my own place here in London. And my dad insisted on buying me a house because he was worried about my security. And again, extremely grateful for that. And then one day, a few months later, I'm working at my job and he calls me and I couldn't pick up because I was doing a really intense deal. And I couldn't pick up the whole day. And I get back home at 2 a.m. when I'd finished work and all the locks to my house had changed.
Whoa.
And he had warned the concierge not to let me in because I didn't pick up one phone call. And he reacts this extremely to everything. So I don't know, like, do I just stick with it for my future children? Do I walk away?
Okay. Well, that was extreme.
Well, let me, as somebody whose dad was in and out their life, let me tell you, that ain't so bad.
Just a few days, just concierge.
Yeah, it's okay. Just you be locked out for a couple of hours. It's okay.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It's better than not knowing where your next meal is gonna come from.
Well, I think that kind of goes to the nepotism conversations we've had before.
Mm-hmm.
If the goal is to make sure your kids are all right financially, and don't have to struggle the way you struggled, et cetera.
Yeah.
But then that's the catch-22 of like, are they going to be hard workers? Will they get fulfillment if I just give them everything? And you do have to teach your kids that grow up in a very privileged situation, real life shit, or you're doing them a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying I feel her pops, but I do understand it to some degree. Like, you didn't have to deal with any real life shit, and I'm doing you a disservice when you have to go out to the real world. So there needs to be some tough love
I understand
within nepotism.
Oh, no, I understand that. But
that's not
changing
tough love.
I'm not saying kick your kid out.
Changing
but
the locks
because
that's
you
I
didn't
didn't answer my
phone
phone while I
call,
was at work.
That's
That's
wild.
That's an extreme level
I
of
agree.
control.
I don't think that, but there needs to be some teaching involved in that of like, I could just take everything away and you'd have to like fend for yourself. That's how people actually live in the real world.
Yeah,
There needs to be, again, I'm not saying change the fucking locks because you ain't answer a phone call.
No, but definitely I understand what you're saying about that. But I think that there's an extreme level of control here.
Absolutely.
Obviously. And I think that the only way that your dad is going to ever respect you is for you to have
your own
something of your own going on, which is what it sounds like she's doing. She got a job. She said she rents her own place.
Right.
How did he change the locks on your place?
Because I think she said he bought her like a flat or something. Like he bought her something.
Hey,
Okay.
And he was able to do
I thought she said, okay. Yeah, that's just an extreme case of wanting to control, wanting access to you 24 hours. It sounds like he's not letting his baby leave the
nest.
The nest yet. Yeah, it's like, she has a job. She's a grown woman. Like, because she doesn't answer your call while she's at work. Like, she's at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a strange situation to be in. But I do think that have the conversation with your dad. Let him know you're your own woman. You're a grown woman. You have your own life going on. You appreciate everything that he's done for you and the life that he's created for you. But you do want to become your own person. You do need to find your own way. Find what it is that you're passionate about. that you want to do with your life. He's gonna always be your father. That never changes. So
He's fucking crazy, but I'm just trying to make sense of where the crazy actually comes from, and I think it comes from that place of like, I need you to also be able to handle your own.
Yeah.
Rory, I think you're coming from that place because you're a good person. I don't think her dad is. I don't think her dad is coming from that place.
Probably
Also, as a person who's been not to that extreme, but who's been in her situation, there was a point in my life where I wasn't working and I was just running around being a well-off kid using my father's money. And I remember me and him got into an argument one time where I wasn't being disrespectful. I just was voicing my own opinions, and I'm a very opinionated person, and so is he. And he looked at me and said, "Every single dollar in your bank account is mine, and if I decided to take it from you, you would have nothing." And that it's very belittling. And it hurts a lot. So I understand where she's coming from, where somebody feels that they can control you or control what you do, or you can have no say so because they gave you money. I'm super rebellious, so I sit every single dollar back. Like, okay, we can do this because I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. So now what? But with you, I think you do.
And then next week your phone bill was due, and you was like,
Daddy.
Oh, I'm super self-destructive. I'll go poor and hungry for my pride. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I used to run away from home as a kid.
Yeah, I'm poor. I will be poor and eating trash before I allow somebody to disrespect me.
I ran 2 blocks to the park.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how far down Fordham Road did you go?
Right down
Fordham Road.
Right to the park.
My advice for you, sweetheart, is to like Maul said, make sure you have some shit of your own that he can't take from you. And if he's gonna do stuff like that once, best believe he'll do it again. So just always be prepared. Now, I'm not going to say don't take the money. I'll never tell you that. But be prepared and have a conversation with him, or make sure that he respects you. And if he can't respect you, then that might affect you guys' relationship.
I'm willing to bet she doesn't have a boyfriend.
Why? Well, why?
She can't even not answer her phone at work. You think she can have a boyfriend?
I don't. I'm
Sound
sure.
like her father want to be her boyfriend.
Yikes. Big yikes.
I mean, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, just get your own flow, get your own motion, man, and just tell dad he'll always be dad. You'll always love him, but you got to have your own life.
Or play him like a fiddle. You could also play him like a fiddle. Not saying allegedly that I've done that, but you can. Okay, this is what you want. You need me to pepper you up.
How many fiddles you play?
Daddy.
Yeah, how many fiddles do you play?
Daddy. I need you. Play him like a fiddle. If you want the money that bad, roll your eyes behind his back and do what you got to do to keep that money. Because hold on, as a person who works a job,
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
As a person who works a job, you're going to have to bite your tongue a lot more on your job than you will with your father. So do you want to have a job where you have to bite your tongue for your living? Or do you want to have to bite your tongue to your father for a living?
Are you saying these are Lizzo conditions? What are you trying to say about
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why you think I was quiet during the Lizzo conversation? I'm just saying. I'm kidding, everybody.
I'm not.
that? They are going to run with that.
Yep.
They're going to get 10 think pieces on that one.
I think she said again, right?
Wow. Okay. All right.
Off
That's
mic,
the
she
fuck.
said, yeah, for
See?
sure. Just trying to make you the problem.
See how I ain't agree with
Can
him?
we get the next voicemail?
Yeah, this is the last voicemail. I think you guys would have fun with this one. Ready?
Yo, my question is for all the guys. Would you let another man give you direction? Think about it. He's going to tell you where you can and can't go.
Is this Dame Dash?
Then he's going to be telling you what you can and can't do. Then he's going to be fucking your wife in front of you.
Whoa, what the
A real
fuck?
Adam 22 situation.
Okay. I don't know where that last part came
Calling
from.
from a Nextel?
But yeah.
He sound like niggas got to tell him what to do. He sound like he locked up. He sound like niggas was telling him what to do.
He sent this from the cell?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it sound like.
I will say I'm on his side in 2023.
Yeah, like
Asking a man directions is crazy.
we got Waze.
Just fucking use your phone.
Yeah, I don't ask anybody for
We got
directions.
Google Maps. We got Waze.
Yeah, like no, I'm not asking a man for directions.
But going from like, yo, how do I get to Canal to he's fucking my wife is the
It's crazy.
craziest jump I've ever heard in my life.
that gentleman is definitely
All
locked.
you gotta say is how he gonna lead you. That nigga don't even know where he going. Boom, fucking your wife. Boom.
I just want you.
But yo, stop doing this, man.
You didn't see the video? Did you see the video she was shooting earlier?
No?
Oh yeah, we give her a lot of shit for that one.
Oh, what did I miss?
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a Patreon.
No, save it for
topic.
Patreon.
Yeah.
save it.
Everything we're saving for Patreon.
Save it for
Subscribe now.
Yeah.
That was funny. This is why Julian can't like just leave and not play the voicemails for us ahead of time?
Yeah,
Why did he pick that voicemail?
I don't know.
Julian is Julian.
Yeah, he had a shoot today. You know.
All right,
He's gonna get shot today.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Free this gentleman until it's backwards. I definitely
Free him.
Definitely from a burner phone in Rikers right now. I hope men aren't giving you directions in there.
I hope not, man. But if they are giving you direction, direct them to our website, NewRoryNMal.
That's right.
We have merch still available.
NewRoryNMal.com.
Patreon, subscribe.
Yeah.
And we're all headed on vacation now.
We're still putting episodes out, so you're not going to miss anything, but we will be gone next week.
We'll be gone.
Yeah.
We banked some episodes
Maybe
with you guys,
till November.
but I will be in the fucking Bahamas getting a well-deserved vacation.
Getting a tan.
Yeah.
I'll get burnt.
A tan.
How long can you stay in the sun? Like how long? Because I know you keep a timer. You time
At least like
How
2
close
seconds.
is shade?
a couple feet away.
Oh, I mean, I could do like 10, 15
You
minutes.
gotta like
Damn.
rotate every 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah, I got to go back and
Rotisserie
forth.
chicken?
Chicken. Yeah.
In the summertime in New York, I walk from tree to tree.
Okay.
Like if I'm on
Tree
the
to
sidewalk,
tree?
I'm gonna find where. The
I thought
tree
you
is.
just loved nature. I didn't realize
No.
because you were like trying to protect yourself from the
It's
sun.
the rays,
Oh, okay.
the UV rays.
So it's not nature.
No.
It's just okay.
It's the sun is my biggest op.
Got it.
Imagine
Word.
being allergic to the earth. That's crazy.
I keep telling you they don't belong here.
Don't you
Yakub
get
shouldn't
hay
have fucking
fever?
invented us. I'm sorry.
You get hay fever.
Me?
Yeah.
Hay fever? What is hay fever?
You're allergic to pollen.
Oh yeah, but that's like a.
Nah, you a pansy too for being allergic to the earth.
I didn't say that.
I'm not
I
allergic
didn't say
to the
like
earth. I can go outside in the sun and stand there for hours.
Not without sneezing.
Okay, so where do
I
you
can't know.
think
Now,
the
if you
pollen
cut some
comes
grass, I'm fucked up.
from? That's the earth.
Yeah, but cutting grass, you trying to kill me at that
Nah,
point.
first of all, the sun is a burning fucking star. You can't even deal with dairy. Like, leave me.
Wow.
Cows kick your ass.
Yeah, they do. But none of
The
us.
sun is
You
violent.
can't deal with dairy.
I better than you.
You just like going to take a shit and your stomach hurts. It's like that. I don't like it.
BMC that shit.
It's quiet time for me.
Okay.
I could get
well,
away.
yeah. I get it. But once you get fuck my stomach up, let me go sit in the
just be
bathroom.
just chugging milk just so I can get away.
Yo, no matter
and
how I
shepherd's
sit
pie.
on the toilet, my legs go numb.
Here?
Same.
Here or like overall?
No, not here. I took one shit here. Now you keep look.
Yeah, I don't
Everyday
know.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when I'm home.
That's wild.
Like I don't know what it is. It's like I used to think it was because I'd be on my phone and my knees would be like in my thigh.
How long you be on that toilet for is a real question.
Yeah, you be there for too long.
Maybe you're there for too long.
Maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Nah,
That's too
bro, you don't
long.
got. That's too long.
You gotta twist your legs. Twist your ankles in a counterclockwise motion.
I'm never.
And it'll
What type of shit is she telling me to do?
She's telling to kick your legs on the bowl.
no.
Go ahead.
It'll,
What the fuck is
if
that?
you twist them, it'll
And her feet look like in the Wizard of Oz when the house fell on the witch. Remember that?
Yo, that's funny. Wow.
it'll circulate the blood in your legs to
There's
keep
no place like
freezing
Syracuse.
up.
There's
Yeah.
no place like Syracuse.
There's no place like Binghamton. There's no place like Binghamton. You hate that you from upstate. Why you hate that?
I love
I
being
love
from
upstate.
upstate.
Nah, I know
love
you
being-
don't. You just
Yes,
tell
I
people you
do.
from Queens. Stop.
I never in my life told nobody I was from whack ass Queens. I'm from Syracuse. I'm from the town.
Wow.
Why
I just bigged up upstate. And
What
that's
Queens?
how you
What Queens did to you?
Like, I,
Oh,
like,
he was from Queens. He didn't call you back.
Oh.
All right.
I never
And he was-
imagine a Queens nigga not calling.
And he was your
maybe
king?
a Brooklyn nigga, but imagine a Queens nigga not.
Oh no,
calling
they
me
one
back,
in the
bro.
same.
Yeah, they're right there.
Right there.
Nah.
One in
That's
the
what
same.
they read.
Yeah, one in the same.
We share Linden.
Pretty much. Well, we on vacation. I'm so glad I'm not gonna see y'all faces.
Amen.
Particular. I'm gonna miss Yomi though. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna miss any of y'all.
Damn.
I wonder what Yomi's gonna do on her vacation.
Oh, you know what Yomi gonna do?
What's Yomi gonna do?
Take pictures.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's a-
clean. That was
Yomi had you
clean.
shook.
Yeah, take
job.
pictures. She gonna be somewhere taking some photos. Eddin, you going away?
No.
You gonna be here?
Yeah, I got
Going
stuff
away
to do.
from y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be away from y'all.
All right. Well, whatever y'all do, have fun, be blessed, be safe. We'll be back soon. And yeah, take a lot of pictures and videos, man, so we can laugh at each other when we get back.
We just send stuff to the group chat.
Yeah,
sure.
Send some stuff to. Well, don't because you're gonna be in Cabo acting up. Don't send nothing, please. Just do whatever you.
Yo, the last time I was on vacation, I FaceTimed Mal and Rory twerking.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Yeah.
They
I
were
was
so
against
disgusting.
HR.
Yeah, don't do that again.
New HR, that's not allowed.
Yeah, HR's. I'm gonna call HR tomorrow. We'll be back in a few days to talk to y'all. Y'all be safe, be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
NewRoryNMal.
This special Hip Hop 50 episode of New Rory and Mal is brought to you by eBay. Rory,
Yes,
us hip hop fans, we know authentic when we see it, when we hear it. You can't fake us out.
absolutely. And that's why we are partnering with eBay. They know how important it is to be real. Your sneakers, your watches, your jewelry, your handbags are always real with eBay's authenticity guarantee
Nothing gets by those guys.
at all. eBay, the details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal.
eBay authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Happy birthday, hip hop.